Boru Aboye, one of the greatest lessons I learned coming up came from Steve Coakley. And I remember Steve Coakley was giving a lecture, and he said, if God is so powerful, how come he ain't managed to kick the devil's ass yet? You know? And that's how Steve Coakley was. He's just irreverent. But it's a good lesson in thinking and logic. There's a problem, there's a flaw in our thinking wherein we've been sold this idea that the only thing you can do is be a good guy, and God is always a good guy, and God is always seeking to destroy the devil, right? And so we spend all of our time trying to look like, sound like the good guy, and trying to find, and identify who's the bad guy, who's the devil. It's a very dualistic way of thinking that has been popularized through Christian, doctrine. And again, I don't want to smash the Christians. It's not just this blanket thing that all Christians think like this, and that Christianity is by definition this way. But we do have to acknowledge the fact that this is a real major framework of Christian thinking. It's God versus the devil. But somehow the devil never seems to get eradicated. And you got to ask yourself, how is this possible? How is this possible? And given the fact that that's the reality, is that what you really want to aspire to? Are you really just trying to, kill the devil? Is that what you're really trying to do? Because that ain't clearly it's not what God is trying to do. Because otherwise, the devil wouldn't be running rampant all over the world today. So you have to think beyond. It's God versus the devil, right? More importantly, more specifically, more precisely, you got to stop wasting so much time and energy trying to find devils. Every time something happens, people are looking for the devil. Every time a situation plays out and there's some sort of discrepancy, all what people want to do is they want to be blameless. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And they want to find someone else to pin the tail on the donkey. He did it. She did it. I ain't the devil. He's the devil. I ain't the devil. She's the devil. But you're not learning in the process, right? And Ifa is not a system that promotes that kind of foolishness. We know this. The most famous story that everyone knows and loves is the story of our beloved Eshu, who we continuously say Eshu is not synonymous with the devil, right? Because why? Eshu teaches us the story of the friend with the two hats. One side of the hat is black, the other side of the hat is white. He walks between two friends, and the two friends who have been inseparable, they've loved one another, eternally. They become bitter enemies in this moment, and they fight each other to the point that they're ready to, go to blows. Eshu turns the hat around, he walks back through these two friends again, and they see it from a different perspective, and they say, oh my God, I'm sorry. I see it totally different. I didn't realize that the hat wasn't black, it was white. And then now they think they're mocking each other. They change their minds, and there's one thinks he's mocking the other. So they start fighting all over again. And meanwhile Eshu is just laughing because they haven't learned the lesson. They're still looking to be right. Everybody wants to be right. What is right? Right? And if right just means that you can prove somebody else wrong, there's no wisdom in that. Okay? So it's great to espouse the word of Ifa, and wear the clothes of Ifa, and the beads and all that, and have all the pots and the accoutrements of Ifa. But if you don't think Ifa, you're not practicing Ifa. Aboru aboye, aboshishe.